you today, guys. My first ever Mardi Gras wreath. I've never made a Mardi Gras wreath. Now I'm gonna. I found this sign at the Craig Bachman warehouse sale for like half price. So I figured, let's try it. Let's do it. It's very popular in other areas of the country, but I'm in Chicago and it's not super popular here. But I ship nationwide. So just because it doesn't work so much here doesn't mean it doesn't work in the South. I'm gonna go with you through. You saw the sign, the Mardi Gras sign, right? So we have our main colors. There's a little bit of a gold outline. We've got some purple and we've got some green. So I am choosing for this to go with a gold wreath frame, mainly because I had it and I bought it like 3 years ago after Christmas. So my motto this year is to try to use up what I have and shop in my own space. Trying not to shop too much online, but I've already blown that because I've been buying stuff like crazy still. So what we're going to add into our wreath today, so we are doing a solid green base. We're going to do then some ruffles in purple and in gold. All right, so we've got, this is our mesh. All right, this is our mesh. And then I've got a whole assortment of ribbons, and I'm not quite sure which ones I'm going to use yet. I do know I'm going to use this beautiful 4-inch ribbon. This I got from the Craig Bachman warehouse sale. It was $9.32 marked. I paid half off of that. This is an RG ribbon, so you can find this at retailers. You could try, because they all pretty much buy from Craig Bachman. So look at Craft Outlet, Deco Exchange, all in there. Great quality ribbon. I got this 1.5 inch, and I like it because you can see the edging. It's got green on the top and purple on the bottom, which is also echoed in these two patterns. See, it's got the tinsel edge, green on the top, purple on the bottom. I have this in purple and also in white. And then, of course, I want to have something with a fun pattern. So I'm going to use this fleur-de-lis ribbon. It's got the gold, it's got the purple and the green. This is kind of going to be my showcase ribbon. That's going to be like the one that gets the most attention. And then I also did buy just a solid purple in case I don't want to have too many patterns. So I'm going to move the ribbon off to the side for now. And we are going to get started with moving this to the side. I'm going to save this. I'm going to do those ruffles later in a little bit. Move this to the side. All right. Eek, sorry. That's making me disconnect. I just want to see the comments. I just want to see the comments. There we go. Now I've got it set up better. Lila's watching. Kay's watching. Justin. Hey, guys. All right, I'm going to move this to the side. Say goodbye to our Mardi Gras sign for now. Putting this over here. What I'm going to start with is we're going to do poufs, and then we're going to do some ruffles in the poufs. Because I want this thing to be full. Because I have a whole bunch of goodies. I don't know what of these goodies I'm going to put in there, but I've got leaves. I got balls. I've been told that before. And then I have these cute little curls that I'm probably going to scatter throughout. So those are going to be my fun little accents. And then I have some purple jute tubing just to kind of put in some of the ribbon clusters just to make something fun. So move that to the side. So I'm going to start with my 21-inch mesh. And you'll have to forgive the manicure. I was supposed to go today. Look what happened. It's tragic. But Mother Nature decided to be a biatch. And yeah, I don't want to slide out of my driveway and slide into somebody's car. So we're not going anywhere today. The dog is not going to the groomers. Sadly, I will not be going to McDonald's. I know, tragic. All right, so I'm going to drop the mesh to the floor. Boom, there you go, baby. I'm going to gather this up. Now, some people will kind of like make a poof to kind of start with. I like to anchor my mesh onto the frame. Just because in case somebody goes playing with it, messing with it, opens up, hey, what does it do when I undo these? I want to make sure that this mesh is attached. So I'm going to open up this inside prong. I'm going to put it in there. So I'm going to tighten it because that's where it's going to start. But I'm going to put a zip tie over this because I want to make sure that it's not going to slide out. This is just how I like to do it. Other people do things different ways. There's many different ways. There's no right or wrong way to do things in wreath making. Everyone's got their own method. This is just how I choose to do mine. All right, so here we're going to go. I'm going to open up the next couple of times. I want to open these up before I get there. Because then it's kind of less finagling that I have to do. I'm going to just open the ones on the top first. Sometimes I open the ones on the bottom, and then it gets snagged when I do the top. So I'm just going to do the top first. All right, and I'm going to pull this mesh out, make a poof. And I would say this probably measures, this is probably about a 10-inch poof. Let's see if that's too big. That's kind of big. I want to bring it down just a little bit. I know people are like, oh, do 10-inch or 8-inch. I'm going to split the difference just to be special. I'm extra. And I'll call that about like a 9. I mean, I want this to be big, but I don't want it to be so ginormous that it's not going to fit on somebody's door. So let me see, what does 9 look like? That looks like about 9. Putting in there, just twisting it once. We are going to have to open these up again to put the ribbon clusters in there. Oh, and I left my ribbon tail board in the other room. Hold on a second. Hey, Aria! This is why it pays to have a kid. Aria! I need help! Mayday! 911! This is why I had kids. This, and since the age of 3, she's known how to go to the fridge and get mommy a Diet Coke. Hey. I have no shame in that game. Aria, I'm on a live, and I need you to get something for me. You want to pop in here and say hi real quick? Okay. Pop in, say hi. Right there. Right there. Come this way. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
This way. There we go. Look at this. Can you believe this? She has no school today, and yet she still got herself dressed in her cool little dress outfit with her motorcycle jacket. I tell you, this kid's fashion sense. Okay, in the other room, on that table in the family room, I have a board that looks like this.
Got it.
I need that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll try to find it if I can, though.
You'll find it. I shall reward you in the form of chicken nuggets. Oh God, I hope I have chicken nuggets. What kind of mother would I be if I didn't have chicken nuggets in the fridge? Granted, they're not dino nuggets. They're the regular nuggets, so they're not as good. There's something about the dino nuggets, right? They taste different. Oh, my hero. Oh, thank you so much.
Love you all.
Oh, she saved the day. Thanks, kiddo.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm going to go play Roblox with my friend. Bye.
Have fun.
I will.
She has a friend. What's that like to have friends? I don't know. I just had fun with my friends over the weekend. We went to the casino. And I only lost $60, which I consider that to be a raging success. All right, here we go. This is the last poof on the top ring. All right. Nice and poofy, bunch of little bouffant Jews here. I'll try to move the comments to the side so I can see. There we go. Sherry's watching. Anita, hello. Okay, so I've stopped it here. Now all I'm going to do is just kind of, I'm not cutting it. I'm just going to go right down to the bottom and kind of just make a loop going down. I'm finding the next set of prongs. The next prongs. The next prongs. So I don't know too much about Mardi Gras. I do know that they have something called Fat Tuesday, which makes me like it because every day of the week is a fat day of the week for me. And I'm fine with that. Ask me what I had for breakfast. Donuts. Am I diabetic? Yes. Should I be watching what I eat? Yes. Am I? No. And that is why I feel awful. That's a whole other thing. I have no willpower when it comes to what I put in my mouth and when it comes to buying wreath supplies. So I need to work on one of those this year, and it ain't going to be the wreath supplies one. I'm still going to be buying me some ribbon. All right. I'm still continuing out. Same size poofs kind of going around on the bottom. You can make them a little bit bigger if you want. Like here you could probably go up to the 10. It's just the inside ones. I didn't want it so poofy that the sign lays funny, you know. You get like the whole bubble butt thing going in there. Which of course now I'm thinking, baby got back. I like big wreaths and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist, the wrong thing in your face you get. Never mind. Never mind. I am high on sugar. I want this one to be a little bit bigger. Looks too skinny. Here we go. And then we're going to cut the mesh. And I'm not going to cut the entire rolls. I'm just going to cut enough of what I think I'm going to need. And I think there's 16 tines on this wreath form. But I think I'm going to... I don't know if I'm going to do just one ruffle color or if I'm going to put 2 ruffle colors. I think I'm going to put 2 ruffles in each one. Just because I do want it to be full and I want it to be very colorful. I don't want the primary color to be green. I want it to have I want it to feel like an equal amount of all 3 colors going around. But I just didn't feel, based on where these tines were spaced, that I felt like there was going to be some empty space if I did not do the poof method. So that's why I ended up going poofy. Poof method is how I started making wreaths. And normally I do have a preference now for using the evergreens. That's just, I like that a lot. But I had this one with the gold accent and I thought, you know what, that's going to be perfect. So when I do go to make my, to put in my picks though, I'm going to use glue, but I also do try to secure them with zip ties if I can, just because I don't like to rely on glue as the primary holder of my picks and my fun stuff, because that can come out so easily. Even though I do use Gorilla Glue, which I think is the best glue sticks. But I just don't want anything falling off. So ask me what's on my door right now. Nothing. It's naked. It's naked. Valentine's is hard for me to put out since I lost my husband, so I try to do some stuff for my daughter because she likes to have that out, but it just, you know, it's kind of not my thing anymore. It used to be. So, but I'm focusing on, I do St. Patrick's Day a lot, because my mom and my stepdaughter both born on St. Patty's Day. So I like that. But I like Easter. I've got so many Easter wreaths listed in my shop, sweetariadecor.com. Lots of Easter wreaths in there. Most of them are currently already up in my boutique space. Because I'm like, I got nowhere else to put them, and I'm paying to rent the space, so I might as well just put them up. So that's what I'm doing. They're out there. In my boutique space, so here's my clarity for everybody. If you're a wreath maker, my boutique space, I'm currently paying $480 a month. This month, even though I have Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, and every day out in my booth, I've made a whopping $9.99. So, yeah, that one's not really working out too great for me this month. I know January is always just not the best month for people to be buying stuff anyway. So I'm not surprised, and I was prepared for it. But, you know, and I post about what I've got. I post that it's at this boutique space, and that boutique space is where I've mainly been selling a lot of bows and smaller arrangements, not my big wreaths like this. That's still biggest is on Etsy. Hey, Sherry. Sherry and I have a crafting date coming up on Monday. She's coming over, and we're going to talk bows, and we're going to do some bow making tools and kind of do some fun stuff. So I am looking forward to that. I feel like a kid with a play date. I'm excited. Sherry, we are going to have fun. My dog, though, is going to bark almost the entire time. So I'll have to figure out something with her because my dog's got some separation anxiety issues. If I'm not in the exact room. Now she's fine. If I go into my office and sit down, she hears the sound of the chair, and she knows I'm in there without her, and she will bark incessantly when I'm doing my consulting work. I have to have her in there with me, otherwise I can't hear. It's terrible. Now, for some reason, she's fine. When I'm in my craft space, she doesn't bother me. It's like she wants to do consulting work with me, and I'm like, no, you don't have a social security number, you won't get paid. No. Crazy dog. Okay, I am just taking the end of this. I cut it off there, and I'm just securing the end. Some people will loop it back through and poke it on that end. I don't do that. I zip tie it. I want to make sure that that is not going to come out if it gets tugged on. Okay? So, let me move this so I don't step on it. What did I just ding? There's a cord. All right. This is going to go away. Let's take a look at my wreath form. It's my wreath form. Hello, hello. So this is nice. Right now, this is measuring. This is going to be about 24-inch wreath. So I'm going to put this aside. Let's count the tines. I count on the back. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I was right. So I need 16 pieces of each kind of mesh. Now, because I'm going to put 2 bunches in there a piece, I don't necessarily need them to be super long. So, there we go. I'm going to cut both at once too, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I can use that. There we go. This is the Deco Poly Mesh. This is just the metallic stripe from Craft Outlet, 10-inch gold. It's not the full metallic, it's just the metallic stripe. I'm going to put that one on the bottom. And then here we have, this is a border stripe mesh. This is 10-inch purple, which I had to order because I have light purple for Easter, but I was completely out of dark purple. So that's why I'm so behind on making my very first Mardi Gras wreath. Yay! Okay. So I'm putting that on my, what is going on here? On my mesh holder. I'm going to move my fan around and I'm going to show you my tool. If you've seen me before, you've probably seen this. This is Stacy's triple stationary mesh roller. Sorry, Susie's. This is from Susie's Wreaths and Things. This holds the mesh or ribbon or wrapping paper while you cut it, and I love it because I'm not super coordinated, so trying to hold down 2 rolls of mesh and cut at the same time manually, not my jam. But you can get that at Susie's Wreaths and Things. There is an affiliate link I have to that in my link tree that is in my bio. It's kind of listed under my favorite things section, so find that there. So I am going to line these up. We're going to cut both of these at once, okay? I'm going to line these up, and I'm going to tuck it under this ruler here, so it's going to keep it from laying flat. All right. Now I'm going to start, I like to start by making a nice fresh cut so everything is completely aligned, okay? Now I'm going to cut 16 pieces of this. I'm going to cut these at 18 inches long. So when I pull it on my mat, I'm going to cut it, because I've scratched the life out of this thing at 28. I'm going to pull it out to 11 and cut at 29. And if my math is correct, which it's not always, this will be 18 inches. So here we go. I need 16 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back. 6, 7, 8. Now, guys, I just thought of something. I've cut 8, okay, which gives me 16 pieces. Before I cut any more, I want to see if 2 would be too full. I don't want to overcut, so I'm going to try that out here. I'm going to move the ones that I have cut off to the side. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's going all over the place. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna put it behind me. There, can't go too far. I want to make sure it's not going to be too full. Like, I want it to be full, but I don't want to go crazy. Plus, the more material you put in, the more expensive it is. So I'm going to take this curled side up, right? I'm just going to roll the edges, curl it in 3 times from the outside edge. Get over there, dude. Okay, 1, 2, 3 times from the outside edge. And then I'm going to gather it up in the middle so it's going to look like a bow tie. Hello, how do you do? So we're going to put that in there. I'm going to open up one set of these tines here. I'm going to put it in. And then I'm going to close it back up. Okay. So that is what it looks like with our one ruffle, okay? I'll let you guys see that. Why is it not swiping? Max! Hey, Max, how's it going? Max, oh my gosh. MB Crafts. If you guys need any craft supply items, MB Crafts is now carrying supplies. Head on over there. Max is just exploded into the wreath making world this last year because he works his tail off. I'm convinced, Max, that you don't sleep. You must be constantly making stuff. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Okay, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to maybe do like a, I don't know if I'm doing a side by side or seeing if this is too much. I don't know. I kind of like the double color. I'm kind of liking it. What do you guys think? Who needs sleep? Right? What do you guys think? Should I just do 1 or should I do 2? I'm going to look in the comments and you tell me what you want me to do, and I'm going to do what you tell me to do. What are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking? 1 or 2? I feel like I'm at the eye doctor. Which is better, 1 or 2, 3 or 4? 2? Okay. All right, Maria. I was thinking that too. All right. So I'm going to put in what I already have cut before I make a whole bunch more of a mess. And then I can stick it behind me. Because I'm kind of like running out of space here. All right. Let's do what I've got cut so far. And then we'll go back and cut some more. Because if anybody can cut one, it's me. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is alternate. So before I had the purple on the bottom and gold on the top, now I'm going to do gold on the bottom and purple on the top. And we'll see what that looks like. 1, 2, 3. And I keep also looking over there to see if my stepdaughter is, she decided to brave it outside and go check out what it's like on the streets. She said the streets were looking better. It's just parking lots and driveways that mainly stunk, but I just want to make sure she gets home okay. You know, because I worry like that. 1, 2, 3. She may be 24 years old, almost 25, but I still worry about her. I worry about all the kids, no matter how old they get. I just had to text my stepson yesterday. He's 30, and I was like, hey, love you. How you doing? By the way, there's a search going on for a murderer in your neighborhood. Please watch out. Yeah, that was fun. They got the guy. Well, he himself, so it's no longer an issue, but yeah. That was kind of scary. Not a good thing to see. He moved into a new neighborhood recently. My stepson did, so I wanted to realize I didn't have his address. So I was like, can you tell me where you live? And by the way, I think if it's where it is, that you got to watch out. There's some crazy people running around doing some really bad stuff. So yeah, what a wonderful world we live in, huh? All right, put that in there. Close that up. I'm moving that. I cut my finger open on a rotary cutter about maybe 1 or 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I think. And I'm kind of scared of them ever since. So I only use rotary cutters that have the protective blade thing, the cover over it. So if you are buying supplies, I highly recommend that you get one that has like the little shield over it. Little shield like this, because I had a rotary blade out and I pushed down on it with my finger and cut. And yeah, it was like cutting chicken. I was like, why? That feels really weird. What's going on? Yeah, I was cutting me. Which wasn't that bad until I got the bill for $1,100. $1,100 for like 3 stitches. Insane. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's see what more comments going on. All right, so now I'm going to start with gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think there's like a Super Bowl coming up soon, right? I don't know when that is. I don't do sports. Unless they have good food, in which case I'll go, but you'll find me at the food court. But I've been seeing a lot of football stuff coming up lately. I think, is it like the end? How many more games are there until the Super Bowl? I don't know. I live in Chicago, so this is apparently Bears territory. So, you know, our hopes haven't been up for a long time. But I got family in Tampa, so in a game I would root for them. But I also lived in Kansas City for a while. So, you know, the Chiefs have a spot there too. Not that I'm into sports, but the reason I like to watch for when the Super Bowl is coming up is because that's when the 12 packs of soda go on sale. And that's when I stock up and I try to get like a good 3-month supply all at once, because it's getting really expensive. So, yeah, that's why I'm so interested in when is the Super Bowl coming up. Because that's when we can stock up on our snacks for cheap. Yeah. You know. My husband was never into... He wasn't into the NFL sports so much. He was into Wisconsin. He went to University of Wisconsin's Madison. So we are a Badgers family. So we got that going on. But I haven't watched since he passed. But I probably should. Eek, 1, 2, 3. Who knows? Maybe my youngest will end up going to college there. Who knows? I keep trying to like show her how to make wreaths so she can take over the business, and I don't think she wants it. So, you know, that's okay. That's all right. I just need enough notice before I croak that I can box up all my supplies and sell them as mystery boxes. Because my biggest thing is I want to make sure that my family knows how much supplies I have here, and do not sell these for like 50 cents at a garage sale, please. Yeah. It's the other reason I'm trying to go through stuff. Not that I'm planning on dying anytime soon. I just, you know, I just want to make sure everything is organized so that in the event of my untimely demise, they don't have to go through too much stuff. Because right now it looks like I'm a hoarder. Which, you know, I'm not hoarding supplies. I have a carefully curated collection. Okay? I'm very careful about what I buy. No, I'm not. I don't. I just shop because I'm crazy. Oh, Canada. Hey, Pam. Yeah, you know, a lot of people say it's difficult to get supplies up there, also in the UK. And I've got some followers in Australia that say the same thing, that outside the US, it's really hard to get these supplies. If I were more business savvy and I had a desire to live internationally, I would go over to Europe and start an import business for stuff like this, you know. But if my family weren't here, I would move to England in a heartbeat if they would have me. I took a trip there once. I'm a complete Anglophile. Okay, I love British history. I took courses on that in college. Love British history. I was thrilled when I found out through one of those ancestry DNA tests that I am British and Scottish with a little bit of German. Because I'm adopted, so most of my life I didn't know what I was. I mean, I could kind of tell what I wasn't just by, you know, looking at me, but you never can tell, you know. Who knew? But it was nice to kind of get that validation. I'm like, oh, well, that's why I like that stuff then. This one's not wanting to stay in, guys. I don't know what is going on. And I'm going to bundle these two here. This one does not want to stay tied. It is just giving me, look, Queenie, stow the tood, okay? Get in there and stay in there. That looks horrible. Redo, rewind, redo. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is not the most fun part of wreath making, right? Making the base, no one's ever like, oh, yay, I get to make poofs and ruffles now. No, this is not the fun part. Like Megan says from Gal vs. Glue Gun, she loves her stuff and time, and that is truly the most fun time when you get to put all the good fun stuff. This is not that time. So I will try to entertain you and regale you with tales of my banal, boring life. Enjoy. No need to buckle up, sweetie. It will not be a bumpy ride. Here we go. All right. Oh, I just got a couple more. This is my last set that I've got cut, and I gotta cut another set. Oh, I gotta cut one. Man, this is my shirt, ribboned for your pleasure, which I designed in Canva. Available on my website, sweetariadecor.com. Yeah, I used to have a bunch of other shirts too, and I decided to kind of not go down that road too much, but I did keep some of the crafting ones. I think this one is still out there. I use Printful as my vendor. Here we go. I did go back recently with my Etsy shop and update everything. So last year, I updated everything. All my pictures had a really nice, pretty wood door background, and I loved it, and I think it looks better. But now it's coming out that Etsy and the other platforms want them to have a white background because that's what Google search wants. So then I had to go back and change all my pictures to have a white background, which, you know, which looks okay until you get some reeds that are light colored in nature, and it's very hard to see them that way. So then, they don't look so hot. But maintaining an Etsy store is actually a lot more work than I thought. Moving stuff around. All right, here we go. I got to cut 8 more of these guys, I think. Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did math. Yay, Linda. Good girl. You're going to get a sticker today. Yay. All right. 11. Cut at 29. 1. 2. Come on, cut. Oh, my blade's getting loose. There we go. 2. 3. It's a new blade too. I don't know what it's doing. 4. 5. Let's go. Cut. Come on. 6. 7. 8. I have Sloppy Joes for lunch. I'm so sorry. I forgot I made Sloppy Joes. I'm like, what am I going to have for lunch? Oh, happy day. I still have them from a couple days ago. Sorry. That doesn't concern you guys at all. I'm sorry. I just want you to share my joy that I have something for lunch and I don't have to go out. Here's the last one we didn't do on the outside. All right. So this one's going to be gold on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Roll it on up. Here we go. Get in there. Ooh, I am sweaty though. Usually when I'm working, I have a fan on because Mother Nature likes to mess with my hormones and my body temperature. Ugh. Yuck. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you've never had a hot flash, consider yourself lucky. It's basically like realizing you're on fire from the inside out. And you know, and it's always like, oh, people joke about it on comedy shows and oh, it's funny. It is not freaking funny at all. It's horrible and it's uncomfortable and it makes me feel like I'm going to get sick. It's awful. Oh, Lord. Okay. If I turn the fan on, it's going to make noise and you'll hear it, so I can't turn the fan on. I'm suffering for you guys. It's because I love you so much. You're right here in my heart. All right, let's do the inside. I'm going to try to go faster on this because I'm over this by now. I am over this. This is why I do like to use the evergreens because, in my opinion, I think it goes faster. But, again, I wanted to use up... I got a whole bunch of these metal ones. So I'm trying to use these up. I still also have a whole bunch of, like... I've got those football wreath frames from, like, Dollar Tree. I don't know. I'm trying to... I might try to make, like, an Easter egg sort of thing out of it because, as I said before... You know I'm not going to use it for a football thing. Unless somebody requests one. I don't do the sports. I will, however, watch the Super Bowl for the commercial, but I don't usually like who's performing, so I could take that or leave it. Alright, now we're going to start with gold. Check in the comments. Margaret, oh, it's freezing. And I know, like, I wish there was a place to get supplies over there for you guys. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how much it costs, but I do know that Deco Exchange does ship internationally. I don't know if that's just on their finished product or if it also applies to supplies. But check it out because maybe it might be worth it. I mean, yeah, it'd be a big shipping charge, but if you do a huge order, and then if you have like a coupon from Deco Exchange, because they've got sales all the time, especially if you install their app, then it might be worth it. Or if you know a fellow wreath maker and you guys want to, like, you know, group it together and do like a joint order, even if you have to ship some of the rest of that out, you know, from within the UK, once you get it, it might make it worthwhile. All right, going through here. I know, like, if I had more business sense, I would go over there and start a business because there is definitely a need over there for these shipments. And I know you'd have to have an importer and all that stuff, and that's like a whole bunch of mathy stuff that I don't know how to do. I'm lucky I can manage paying the taxes on my LLC. Math ain't my thing. It was my husband's thing. He did math for fun. He would just be like sitting there going through a math book in bed at night with his little glasses on. I'm like, that was weird. He was definitely a unique dude. But anytime there was a math question, like for school, our daughter would be able to ask him. Because that was like, well, she was in 2nd grade when he passed. Or was it 3rd? No, 2nd. But now she's getting to the point with some of the math and Common Core stuff, how they teach it. I've got no idea. I feel like an idiot. I'm like, I don't know how to help her with some of this stuff. So it's this last year has not been bad though because she's in a special school for kids that have some emotional issues. So she's on the spectrum, and we were just trying to help her learn how to deal with the ADHD and the autism and stuff. And she's now actually on this medication Abilify, which has just been a game changer. It is, she can focus and she can listen, and it's just amazing the difference that this medication has had in her life. You know, and I was reluctant to put my kid on medication. Of course, nobody wants to drug their child, but I could tell that she didn't have the right chemistry in her body to be able to do and function normally where she could have a productive life. So we got her on these new medications, and I gotta tell you, life-changing. She and I get along fantastic. She doesn't fight me on showering. Kids on the spectrum and with sometimes with ADHD, you know, sometimes can be an issue to get them to shower properly. And we were arguing, and it was just awful. And now it's like life is so good. The stress has gone from like here down to here. It's amazing. Now I'm going to try to get her back into her regular district school. Again, in the special ed program, that's when I'm going to try to see if we can get that going, because 6th grade starts next year. And here It's not junior high school, it's middle school, and that is 6th, 7th, and 8th. And I don't want her to be left behind on that. So we got to work on her academics. But I'm like, that's where I'm like, oh gosh. I can help with English. I can, yeah. I was an English rhetoric major. That I can help you with. Math, we're going to have to look on the internet. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I feel so stupid. But, like, I can't tell you the last time I tried to figure out the radius of a circle. Uh-oh, my Wi-Fi keeps going in and out. Oh boy. Okay, is it better now? It might be. I don't think it's because of the weather. I don't know. Hopefully it's all right. If not, there'll be a replay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let me know. Are you guys able to see and hear me okay now? I don't really know that there's anything I can do to change it. But we'll see. See any comments? Anybody say anything? Is it good now? All right. All right, here we go. Oh, I gotta cut one more set. Oh, wait, no, I don't. It's right over there. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, all right. So now we're gonna get to the fun part. And I'm gonna put the sign on. I'm gonna need you guys to give me guidance as to where you think we should have the sign. I mean, I could put it dead center. I think because the sign is so large, I don't want to have a huge bow hanging down. I think I might do multiple smaller bows. Or maybe not even a bow at all. I might just have that as the center, just kind of have tails and some stuff stuck in around the sides. I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to bury the sign. I've done that in the past, or I've made the bow too big, and then then we got to finagle it so it's not in the way of the sign. I don't want to do that this time, because this is one of the biggest signs that I've ever worked with. Here we go. I do have to find out, though, when it's Fat Tuesday and all that stuff, because I want to participate. All right, here we go. All right, let me show you guys what this looks like. All right. This is a big baby. Big baby. Okay, so now we're talking, this is coming out to, now we're hitting 26 inches once we got the ruffles in, okay? So before it was hitting it just before 24. Once we put the ruffles in, it made it larger. It goes to 26. And this was on, what is the size of that frame? I think this was a 16 or 18 inch frame. This was from Hobby Lobby, okay? So we've got this going. Now we got to figure out what are we going to do with our sign. I have taken the liberty of putting, like I did it a month ago, I stuck one of these cable mounts on the bottom of the sign. There's the little sawtooth ones up at the top that I'm going to leverage there. So I kind of think I just want to put this, you know what? I think I'm going to put the sign up at the top, and then I'm going to have a larger bow down here at the bottom. I don't think it's going to have big tails, but it's going to have some tails coming down, okay? So we're going to do sign up here, bow, and then there will be ribbon tails scattered throughout, as well as all these fun things like this that we can go sticking in there. That'll be fun. So let's attach the sign. I am going to use green pipe cleaners, because that's what's right behind me. All right, I think I'm going to have to double these up because I don't want to have to pull it down and squish the wreath. So I'm going to double these up. These are standard pipe cleaners. I use these from Hobby Lobby. You can buy long ones, but I don't use them enough to justify it. So I just wrap the two together. I'll do that once, twice. Just kind of make an X. It just kind of twists as it goes down. And, you know, I don't normally like to waste product, but when it comes to trying to get my signs on there and finagle it through, that is the one time where I'm like, okay, I'll make it a little longer. Uh-oh, I got a shorty. Hold on. I got a couple shorties. There we go. Full size, baby. All right. Let's see what you're going. Check in the comments. Okay, I'm glad it's good for you, Max. Awesome. Max, that pile of boxes that you were showing on your reel outside by your front door. Dude, way to go. Way to go. Fantastic. All right, pull this up. Get in there, little baby. All right, just kind of, I'm feeding it through. Once I get it in there, I like to twist it, give it a good twist at least once so it doesn't go sliding. Here we go. The one on the bottom, the pipe cleaner might have to come down quite a bit because it's going to kind of be going into an open space, so at least I can bury it behind the other mesh that's there. This is not wanting to go. Come on. Come on, I think I can. There we go. All right. Do little twisties. I know, Damon from Deco Exchange keeps saying, why aren't you guys making more Mardi Gras stuff? I'm like, yep, I've got to. So, finally listening now that I got my order from Deco Exchange. Sorry, it was a craft outlet order. I'm going to be doing an order from Deco Exchange soon. I want to try those ribbon signs that have the holes already punched in there. Those look adorable. All right, so I'm going to put this up toward the top. I'm just going to kind of feed this. I'm going to try to put it through in a spot that already exists, that has where we would have ribbons. Unless I should have put the ribbon tails in first. You know what, guys? Hold on. I'm going to put my ribbon tails in first. I know, it's a change of plans. I don't want to have to try to get underneath the sign and get all that stuff in later, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that now. Okay, so I have 16. Now I'm going to use 14-inch long tails. And this is not going to have the cascading stuff and all that stuff. This is just going to be straight old ribbon tails. I'm sticking with the basics on this one. This I will use for the bow. But I think I'm definitely going to use this. I want to have a solid in there kind of behind it so that it's not going to get lost. And then I think I'm going to go... There's not a lot of white in here or with the sign, so I'm going to kind of hold back on that one. But then again, that's a lot of purple. Well, okay, I think I'm going to make it these two my primary. I'm going to put that to the side. I might use that in the bow. Might use it in the bow. And the other one I'm going to use in the bow is this 1.5 inch. But I'm strictly going to be doing tails just off of these. So let me take these out. I recommend highly for the pins that you put your ribbon in, a magnetic pin holder. Because I have a dog, and if she gets loose and gets in here, I don't want her swallowing that. I had a dog once when my kids were younger. I loved my Dexter, but he swallowed a push pin, and it cut him up on the inside, and we didn't know that he'd eaten it. So ever since then, I am hyper vigilant about sharp things and dogs eating things. Because they eat everything. They're like garbage cans. All right, this is my 14-inch ribbon tail board. I'm going to wrap it around the top. Now, I need 16 of these, so I'm going to cut 2 sets of 8 because I don't want to cut through too much because then my scissors will get dull. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to cut that off here at the end of the thing. I'm going to slide it off. I can see you. Hello. All right, going right through here. Cut one end. Cut the other end. All right, and then I separate it out where the cuts were. I got 4 and 4, 2 groups of 4. While it's kind of like that, I'm going to bend it. I'm going to put the wired edges together, and then I'm going to cut from the inside outward, and then I'm going to make my dovetails. Boom, there we go. Mama likes a good, beautiful, crisp dovetail. Satisfying. All right, here we go. Sorry I have to sit down, my back's hurting. Here we go. And now my tummy's rumbling. Got a rumbly in my tumbly. It's saying, feed me Sloppy Joe, woman. I think I got a date with the couch in General Hospital for a little bit after this. Here we go. Boom, boom. That's the first set. And then I always get rid of my little pieces right away. because I'm OCD and I can't stand to have a messy workspace. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. I love that little fleur-de-lis pattern. I don't remember what age I was when I realized it's not fleur-de-lis. Yeah. Like, oh, fleur-de-lis. Oh, it's a French thing. Yes. Yes. There we go. All right. Folding those together. Sometimes I will just cut the ribbon tails. I'll dovetail it right over my garbage can so that they go right in. The garbage can's kind of right here between my legs. Nothing but garbage between my legs. But and then I slide everything off and it just goes right down into the can. It's just easier this way. So I can't really get my legs under the desk, but I don't usually sit that way too much anyway. Here we go. Ugh. There we go. And I got this cool little vacuum too that I'll show you guys when I'm trying to get all the pieces off. Okay, so that's going to go over here for the bow. Now we're going to cut this other one. This was $7.78 at Craig Bachman, but I got it for half off. If you are ever near the Chicago area, in spring and fall, they have this sale twice a year. It usually runs for like 2 weeks. Craig Bachman Imports is, like I said before, one of the main providers for a lot of wreath suppliers here. And they're the importer, and they will do a warehouse sale. So normally with Craig Bachman, you have to purchase in large bulk quantities and have an account with them. I haven't done that yet because there hasn't been a point where I've needed a whole case of something. I almost did that for some of the jute tubing, but decided it wasn't going to be worth it. But twice a year they will open up like their leftovers, their one-offs, or like open cases and stuff, and they will sell it to the public. And it's in Frankfort, Illinois. It's the suburbs of Chicago. It's like the southern suburbs, like southwestern, I guess. And I go every year, and they've got, it's more than just ribbon. The mesh, they don't really have a lot of mesh, but tubing, signs, a lot of different decor items, things you can embellish. There's a couple things that I bought from there last year that I just put in my boutique space. They were like these cute little gnomes and these cute little snowmen. I didn't do anything to them. I just listed them for what was listed on the tag price, and I sold it like they were $25 gnomes that I paid like $12.50 for, and I just sold them for the $24, and that was pure profit. So that was nice. I didn't buy a lot, just like 2, to see how it went. But here we go. The last set of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But it's a good place if you're in the area to go check it out, and you can. It's fun, first of all. They have these boxes that they staple bags on as handles, and you get to drag your box all around. It's fun. Last couple of years, I've smartened up, and I brought a rolling grocery cart and a big giant blue IKEA bag, and that was what I put most of my stuff in. But I'm trying to scale back this year. This year is all about trying to maintain profitability and not go overboard. And I have a lot of stuff that I've bought in the past, so I am trying to use it up. It's much more organized now than it used to be. I organized everything into bins by season that are out of my garage. Unfortunately, my Easter stuff is up on a shelf, and I'm going to have to pull all my stuff, like my car out and some other things, to get to it, which I was going to do today, but I don't feel like sliding down my driveway into the street. So my Heine's going to stay inside, and we're just going to deal with Easter like later this week. I got plenty of everyday stuff I can do. Okay, so we've got these done. Now what I want to do in the center of each little thing, hold on guys, one of them came out. Is this the problematic one? Hold on. I didn't twist it twice because I knew I was going to be putting ribbons in it. So this one is my own fault. It came out. I'm coming out. No, you're not. You're going back in. All right. Put in purple, then yellow. Oh, sorry, gold. I normally twist it multiple times once I get everything in there finally, but I didn't do it on this because I know I'm going to open it up again, but I think because there's 2 ruffles in there that it was like, boom, it wants to explode. And explode it did. All right. All right. Here we go. What else am I looking for? Just this. All right. I'm going to cut some of this tubing because I like to have something in there. I don't want to see just the tines. I want something cute to be in there. And it's not going to be anything major. This is just deco mesh tubing. That's the bane of my existence, trying to find the end. I'm going to cut 16 pieces. I usually cut them about I cut them about 22 inches. So kind of reach across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, hello. Ooh, oh, oh, you're causing some knots here, huh? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, is exactly what I needed. That worked out so good. Okay. Alrighty. Remove this off so I don't step on it. I trip on things. I've got neuropathy and I don't feel my feet very well. So I tend to trip on things like phone cords a lot. Alright. Move that to the side. Alright, let's go put our tails in here. This should go pretty quick. I'm going to keep it over there. So how we do it with the tails is, and again, I'll probably alternate the pattern, but I'm going to put one pattern on the bottom, one on the top. I put them over each other. And again, these were cut at 14 inches, and I cut 16 of these. Put them on top of each other, bend them over, push down, right? So this fold right here, that's where you're going to gather it up. Okay, you're going to hold it like this. And I'm going to start at the bottom, from the bottom one. So I'm going to unwrap a set of these. I'm going to stick the ribbons in there. And I'm going to twist it again just for a second to hold it because I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a piece of this. I'm going to wrap the 2 ends over each other. So basically you've got a shape that looks like a fish. And now the fish is going to kiss his butt. All right? And there we go. Fishy kissed his butt. All right, and now I'm going to give it a good couple of tight twists because we're not opening these up again. All right, and then I'm going to spread these out. You'll see it goes like diagonals. We're going to make an X shape with this, okay? That way and that way. If these were closer together, you could just kind of pull all of these down like that. But because this is such a big fluffy wreath, I want to make sure that there's not an uncovered line here. So we're going to do the X shape all around, both inside and out. So here we go. This is number 2. Where's the next set? My eyes are going. I'm at that age, guys. I'm at that age. Little things are very hard to see now. Okay, fishy kisses his butt. We got our loop. Pull tight. Twist a few times. All right. I know I thought I was going to alternate which one goes on top, but I think I'm just going to stick with doing the same one. I like the yellow to be on top. You know what? I'll go like this. Might be easier for me to grab, but I don't have to twist it. And sometimes, if you kind of know where center is, you don't really have to bend it in half all the time. There we go. Alrighty. Fishy, fishy, kiss my butt. Fishy, fishy, kiss my butt. Alright. I hope my daughter didn't hear me say that. She'll go to school and teach her friends, hey, Mom taught me a new song. We do a song when she's in the shower now. Because, you know, I said we're working on hygiene. It's kind of a thing with some kids that have certain issues. So now we've got the bar of soap and we sing the song. We go swipe it like an ATM card when she has to swipe the soap down her butt. So yeah. So she thinks it's funny. And I'm like, okay, as long as she thinks it's funny and she actually does it. So now we have our own little song. I don't think we'll be releasing it as a single or putting it on Spotify. No. Oh. All right, here we go. Does anybody know when does the Mardi Gras season kick off? Because I know I'm way behind and I probably missed it, but I just wanted to have this made, so at least I had something Mardi Gras in my shop. I did have some other ribbons listed, but I think I took them off because I think I'm using them in this project. But I'm anxiously awaiting, trying to hear when they're going to have their next warehouse sale at Craig Bachman. I will try not to go insane, but that's... I almost need to take a chaperone. My friend Lila sometimes has been there at the same time as me. We've gone and yeah, you know, she helps me find cool stuff. It's always good to have a crafty friend go with you. Sometimes I need a chaperone. I should probably have one in the grocery store too. Put down the donuts. Uh-oh, it came undone. All right. I'm going to just tie it in there lightly. I'm going to separate it out once I've got the tubing in there because I think that's putting too much pressure on it. When I yank it, because I haven't tightened it like my 2 and 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Now I'm going to separate it out. There we go. And usually I do these with the camera behind me. But apparently social media likes to see people's faces. So you're stuck with this. I am so sorry. It is what it is, guys. You know, they have like, was it like 4K TV? You have 3C TV. It's 3 chins with me. Enjoy. Yeah. You don't even have to pay extra for that programming. It's included as part of your default package when you get this. Yeah. That's all right. I'm going to start doing some walking tapes on YouTube. I thought about joining Planet Fitness, but it's right by Dunkin' Donuts and a Wendy's. So I'm like, I know darn well what I do. Okay, opening this up. I probably should, though. It's part of the reason I haven't gone live and been doing as much crafting in my shop and stuff is I just have not feeling great. Completely lethargic and just not feeling right, which I'm pretty sure is my blood sugar. So I need to get myself on the straight and narrow. You know, it's one thing to be a little bit tired. It's another thing to be to the point where I can't do anything. And then, you know, I don't want my business to suffer as part of it. I worked really hard to build up what I've got, and I don't want to lose it. But, you know, I need to be going live, and I need to be making more product and other stuff. And it's just not happening at the frequency with which I would like it to. But then again, friends, there's also something to be said for not pushing yourself too hard. If you're just not feeling it, then wait till you do. I think we're always pushing ourselves to feel like we constantly have to be doing. And, you know, since December, I have really chilled out a lot. And there's been a joy that has come from not doing. And I know that probably sounds strange, but this is not in there right. But the joy of not doing is almost as nice sometimes as the joy of doing. We gotta cut ourselves some slack. What's the point of constantly pushing and running and grinding and exhausting ourselves? You know? Like, hey, my kid wants to go play Mario Kart with me upstairs. I'm gonna go play Mario Kart. She doesn't have any other brothers and sisters her age. She's lonely at night. So I watch other people go live at night, but I typically don't go live at night because that's when she's here. That's when she needs me most to be around. It's not like I have another parent that can kind of step in and give her the time she needs. So that's why I try to go live during the day. Not usually on a snow day, but okay, we've done the outside. Done the outside. Woohoo! Now we're going to do the inside. Oops, let's move that. Let's move that. Ah, just dumping some ribbon off the end of the table. Who cares? It's fine. Here we go. I'm going to get this done. All right. Here, I'm going to pull these over so you guys can see more what I'm doing. This is a bit easier to work when it's going from the top down. Oops, there's a comment. Oh, I gotta see it. Why won't it leave the comments up? Thank you, Sherry. Here we go. Do. Oh, and tighten. And separate. And yay. Okay. Going around. Sorry. I would do a top-down view. Here's the problem. I have this Mevo camera, which I love, right? But then I had some problems with my account that got hacked on Facebook, and it won't connect to my business Facebook account. So last time I did a live with my Mevo, it put it on my personal page, which, you know, it's great, but like, most of my friends and family don't give a crap about, you know, watching me make a wreath, right? That's supposed to be in my business page. So, Mevo, can you please make it a little bit easier to connect to the right account? Because I bought that very expensive camera. It was actually the last Christmas present that I got from my husband before he died. So I'd like to keep using it, please. But it ain't working. So I don't know if there's an update or what's going on, but like, that should not be. That should not be. All right. Here we go. Over, pinching. Grab it, squeeze it, put it in. Fishy kiss on the butt. Boom. I like putting these in there. I don't know, it looks cute. Or sometimes if there's like little styrofoam shapes, like little hearts or little shamrocks or something, I'll put those in the center too. I call that doing a sweet center because I think it's cute. It kind of reminds me of like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? What are you doing? Linda, get it together, woman. Sorry, I'm sending zip ties flying in all directions because they're getting stuck on the bottom of the wreath. I'm making a mess. Guys, I am literally the definition of a hot mess right now. I am sweating so bad. That's okay though. We suffer for our art, don't we? We suffer for our art. Ugh. All right. Here we go. Well, now I'm liking this. These colors make me happy. It's just, it's joyful. No, wrong way. Yeah, right way. Lordy girl, what are you doing? All right. Rotating this around. I got just a couple more hanging there with me, and then we can do more of the fun stuff. I'm double checking that yes, my glue gun is on. It is at the ready. I'm gonna make the bow. I love making bows. That's my favorite thing. It's the bow. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like it's the wreath version of like the frosting roses on a cake, you know? Just makes it pretty. All right. Two more sets. Almost there. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to go stand outside in the freezing cold just to cool off later. Oh, Lordy. Woman spontaneously combusts on live wreath making session. Film at 11. Kind of. I hate being so hot. But, okay, so either I cut one too many or I didn't, or I missed putting the loops in one, because I've got one left over little loopy doopy here. Oh, I missed a set on the bottom row. Whoops. Yeah. I do not claim to be perfect. Far from it. I rejoice in my imperfection. Here we go. I can hear my daughter on the phone upstairs with her friend. It's so nice. She doesn't have many friends. She's got one really good best friend, so I'm so glad to hear her talking to her. Sorry, I know I talk about my daughter a lot, but she's like my life, so. My point for living. And also my #1 point of exasperation sometimes, too. You got kids, you know, like, I love you, but I could also kill you right now. Yeah. She's been pretty good, though. We overhauled her bedroom last week, and it's been so nice. It's clean. You can see the floor. There's room to hang her clothes. It took me 2 days, but we got it done. Oh, Lord. Whew. When I make the bow, I think I'm going to have to sit down, guys. All right, this is the last set of ribbon tails. I know this was boring. Boring to watch. Sometimes not the most fun to do. Great, now I have nasal drip. Well, I told you I'd share the good, bad, and the ugly with you. It's about to get ugly. Here we go. All right. Here. Oh, Lord, I feel like I just finished a marathon. Holy cow. Here's the wreath with the ribbon tails. Check it out. Here we go. This is a big one. It's a big one. All right. So now we're going to go secure the sign, and then we'll come back and we'll do the bow. So, what I want to do is make sure where I secure the sign, I want to have one of these spines be the center, because then I can put my zip tie on it, and then it won't go anywhere. So that's kind of what I'm going to base my center off of. So I'm going to put my sign. I'm going to feed it kind of through where I have those ribbon bundles. There's spots right where those twisties were. I want to put it on that. So I'm going to slide the pipe cleaners through that. And I'm going to see if that's too low. I might have to go up and hang it a little bit on the one above it. All right, I'm just twisting it now against, and I'll fix it. Like I'll pretty it up when I'm done. So I got one side in there. Now I'm feeding the other side right through where those ribbon ties, the ribbon things are already there. Because you don't want to pierce the mesh with your, ow, where are we going? You don't want to pierce the mesh with your what do you call that thing? Pipe cleaner. How was I forgetting the name pipe cleaner? Dudes. All right. Now I'm twisting those. Once I'm all done, I will flip it around and show you what it looks like on the back. So now this one I'm going to put in here it's going to go around the top. This one's going to have to kind of finagle through here. I'm going to loop it around that top wreath ring, just so it has somewhere to secure to. It's very secured by the top too, but I don't want it to go flip-flopping out. So that's why I'm going to put that through here. Where's the back of it? There we go. There we go. This is just to keep it from like blowing up. All right. And I'm not going to pull too tight again because I don't want it to squish down. All right. So I'm going to flip it over. You can see that I'm basically just kind of twisting it around in the back. I'm going to twist it so it's got about at least an inch, inch and a half of twist on it. Cut it off and then just kind of wrap it back and hook it around the wreath ring. Okay, I don't want it to snag anything. But I want to leave enough on there where if I have to adjust the placement of the sign, I've got enough space to finagle it. Finagle. That's a fun word. Finagle. All right. Just so those ends don't snag on anything. Do-do-do-do. Oh, Lord. This is actually almost feels like more physical work than making one of my tomato cage trees. Those take a lot of physical work. I just did a St. Patrick's Day tree. Available at sweetheartydecor.com. And that one's fun. But I'm actually able to ship those now, so that's exciting. All right. This is where the sign is, okay? And this is kind of where it feels like the middle of the, yep, feels like the middle of the wreath right there. Perfect. So now we're going to make a bow for down here. You know, I kind of almost want these to come up higher. I want this up a little higher, guys. I know, it's a change of plans. I just feel like it's going to start sagging, and I don't want it to sag. I have too many things in my life that already sag and aren't where they're supposed to be. I don't want it to happen to my wreath, too. Gravity sucks. No. All right, here we go. Again, why I said let's leave these a little bit longer. So I just got to undo it. And then just feed one of those pipe cleaners through that ring above it. And then I can kind of pull it up. Perfect. Retwist. I don't think this impacts the one that was down below. Wasn't really holding it on too much. It was just kind of ruffling in place a little bit. So we're good with that. This one I had wrapped around that. So let's, good thing I left this one long too. Perfect. You can always cut them shorter when you're completely done with your wreath. But you just don't want to have to go back and redo steps like I'm doing now. Do as I say, not as I do. Isn't that the saying? All right. Poking it through. Coming up over that. All right, here we go. Twisty, twisty. I think I'm going to be happier with this. Yeah, I am happier. There we go. Ooh, I can almost. So sometimes some of the ribbon tails that are stuck under the sign, that are going down under it, I'll pull them up and out so that they kind of don't get hidden. You know, you don't have to pull them all out, but a couple. Then it kind of fills in some of those spots. Like this. So now here's where we're at. We're going to go make a bow. So I'm going to put this gorgeous baby to the side. Actually, I'm going to hang it right behind me. Right here. Yeah, get on there. All right. Cool. It's going to stay right there. Now I am getting out my favorite tool, my trusty Easy Bows Design Pro. I love this because these are plastic. They don't come out. It's not moving. They have a smaller wood version of this one because this is kind of like if you make a lot and you need it really wide. I like it. There is a link to this, an affiliate link in my link tree. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to start. This shall be our bottom layer. 4-inch. And it really truly is 4 inches. I know sometimes they might say, oh, that's 4 inches, but it's not really. No, this is really 4 inches. Wink, wink. You get what I'm referencing. You get it. You know. All right. I'm going to put that down in there. I'm going to have this tail. I'm going to have this tail hit at like the very end of it just barely touches 8 inches. Okay. Now I'm going to pinch and twist. Boom. So I got the one side, my right side has the very pretty side, and the other side has the back gold side. But I like that this is a nice, if you see into it, it looks pretty. I'm going to bring this loop over, push it down in there, because we're going to do like let's do a 7-inch loop. Well, okay, a 7.5-inch loop. How's that? Okay. Now this is kind of thick, so I'm going to take it out, bunch it up, and I'm going to do my pinch and twist before I put it down there. It just lays better that way. Okay, and that is like 7.5. Now, there is a splice here. Fortunately, they spliced it nicely, and it's going to be on the back of the loop, so I don't need to worry about it. But I'm like, could that always happens. You get a nice bow going, and all of a sudden you've got a splice, and you're like, man, what the heck? All right. So I'm going to cut this so it hits a little bit past 8. I'm going to go further than 8 so that I have enough room to dovetail that end. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is so pretty. I wish I could make hair bows out of this. That would look really, really nice. Okay, this is not coming next because we're going to have that closer to the top. Oh, Lordy. Lord, I'm tired. Next, I think we will go with our purple. Okay. I like to dovetail my end before. I'm weird that way. I'm probably the only one that likes to do it, but I like to dovetail it each layer as I go. I can always fix it later. But I'm going to put this tail in. This tail is going to hit at 7 inches. Okay, and the loop for this, if that was 7 1/4, this is going to be like 6 1/2 on this loop. And 6 1/2 on the other loop. I'm going to pinch and twist, so we're seeing the back side. Again, very pretty back side. 6 1/2. Okay, and then again, this is going to come out and hit at 7, so I'm going to cut it at 7 1/2. Give myself enough room to dovetail, and boom, there we go. Now I'm going to adjust these loops so that, see, you can see 4-inch and then the purple, and then the 4-inch and then the purple, then the 4-inch and purple, 4-inch and then purple. Nothing, you see nothing's overlapping it. This is what it's looking like right now. Nothing is overlapping it. That's what you want. You also want to clean up them tails, Linda. All right. And I even still have some left. So I'm going to end up making some bows with that. Just to sell bows by themselves. They sell. All right. Now this is the next pretty layer. This one, the tail's going to hit at like a little bit less than 7. Maybe like a 6 1/2. 6 3/4. I'm so technical. Okay, now this loop, the last loop was 6 1/2. This loop is going to be 5 1/2. Okay, and then pinch and twist. Now this one, I'm going to make this one loop on this side a little bit, give it a little bit more room, and we're coming out to 5 1/2. But because this is directional ribbon, I have to pinch and twist that loop so that that loop now has the same direction as all the others. So remember to do that when you have directional ribbon. Alrighty. Okay, we're going to put that in between the purple layers. There we go. Oh, my back. Oh my gosh. Oh, my back. Don't age. It stinks. All right, there we go. 1.5. Now look at how pretty this is. Look at that sparkle. It's dazzle. I feel like I should be in Vegas, like a showgirl. Not like the look at my boobs kind, but just like a dancing kind. Yeah. I don't know if it would help revenue. Maybe I should get an OnlyFans or I make wreaths in the nude. No, that was a joke. Dear God. Not for sake of embarrassment, but you don't use hot glue when you're not clothed. We know that, right? All right, I'm going to put that in. That tail hits at 6. This loop is going to be probably, this is a 4-inch loop, okay? I'm just going to do one on either side. Pinch and twist, pinch and twist. Okay. Now I'm going to turn around and grab 2 pipe cleaners again. I want to have enough stem to work with that I'm not fighting it, so I'm going to do what I did last time. We're going to twist those together to make one very, very long pipe cleaner. Sorry. If you can't have fun with it, why do it, right? Okay. Now I'm going to use a bit of a thicker zip tie on this one. Got my thicker zip tie. I'm going to pick up the whole thing like a giant sandwich. I don't want any of the layers to pop out of my sandwich, okay? Right under the finger. Then this is going to feed between my 2nd and 3rd fingers. Hold it underneath my thumb just a little bit. Okay. That zip tie just broke. Alrighty. Well, then let's try one of these. I've had trouble with some of my zip ties being brittle lately. I don't know what it is. Alright, I'm pulling tight. Alright. I'm going to snip it off. Alright. Ribbons are going to go to the side. Give myself enough room to work here. Alright. Didn't end up using that. That's alright. So now I'm going to flip my bow over. I'm going to twist this like at least once just to make sure it's not going to slide around. Then I'm going to fluff my bow. So I'm going to make sure, really want to make sure that nothing is hidden. Every tail and loop gets their own time to shine. Alright. Okay, so that is our bow. Very pretty. Let's put it on our wreath. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. I'm not going to make it so much round. I'm going to make it a little more oblong because I don't want it hitting that sign too much, you know? So I'm going to make sure that this feeds through, and it's going to go through. It's going to go over the top rung and under the bottom rung of the wreath. And then I can kind of adjust the height, but I'm going to kind of just get that going in there for now. So I can make sure it's going to be situated well. All right, that looks centered to me, I think. Yep, all right. I'm going to do just what I did before when I did the sign. Oh wait, that's not over the bottom rung, is it? Hold on. Scratch that. I wasn't over the bottom rung properly, so give me a second. Come on. There we go. Wrapping it around. Alrighty. I know it looks upside down right now. Sorry. Hold on a second. Why can't I see comments? Here we go. Alright, I'm wrapping it around kind of the actual frame. Because I don't want to see, I don't want anything hanging out. I want it secure and I don't want it to snag on anything or anyone. Alright, so let me get it situated and I'll flip it around and I'll show you where we're at. Okay. So here we are right now. Here's a Mardi Gras. We are right like this. Here we go. Over a little bit. Now we're going to put some fun stuff in here. So I've got all sorts of leaves and fun little things. I did have this and I thought about putting it in the center of the bow, but I don't know. I'm debating if I should put that in the side, because like I can kind of wrap that in there or around it. Let's see if I can get it in there. No, it gets too buried. It's going to take away from too much of the sign and stuff. Plus, we already have that pattern on the ribbon. All right, so I am going to take these apart. Okay. These are like in groups of 3. I'm gonna need my big honking cutters for this. All right. There we go. And I did actually think about pulling them apart. But I think I'm going to do one on the top, one on the sides, and then one on the top and then one on either side, because we have the big bow at the bottom, so we don't need one there. So I'm going to start with the one on the top, because this has the longest stick. So see how I can get this in here. I'm just dry fitting it right now. There's no glue on here. I'm just trying to see where I want this to be. Let's see, that doesn't look so good because that's... So my problem is, this is kind of like at the center, but I don't want this stuff to come and cover right over it because then it's like, what's the point? I don't know. I'm debating. Sorry. I know you're like, just get on with it, lady. I'm like, don't rush me. I'm trying. Huh. I would want it to go upward. We don't want to have anything angled downward. It looks sad. We want it to angle upward to look happy and excited. Okay, that could be cute. Okay, I'm gonna glue this one in. And then once it's settled and it's secure in there, then I can go in and wrap it in there with some with the zip tie later. Oh, and sometimes you'll find little frayed spots of the mesh. You can just kind of trim those out too. All right. And too, sometimes I can add like a little extra glue spots. But I don't know where this is going to go. Not sure where this is landing. Here, I can push just to kind of keep it a little secure. I'm kind of trying to glue it a little bit to the mesh. Be sure not to put your finger behind the mesh because you're going to end up getting a whole bunch of hot glue all over yourself, and you are not going to like that, my friend. You can do it when the glue is a little less hot, like right now. Just boom. All right, now I'm going to go on the other side. Add in some of these. And this will kind of go in like right in here. It's kind of just the same same situation as on the other side. I'm going to sit down for this because I'm in a lot of pain. Here we go. All right. This is one thing about doing lives with this that I don't like, is sometimes I feel like pressure to hurry up and make a decision when I don't feel like I'm ready to make that decision yet on where some of these things are going to go. Like, this does not feel secure in there at all. I got to figure out a way to get that. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. There we go. Now this, if I go more of an X shape, then that can go in the middle of it. So I think that's going to look okay there. So I'm going to try to... Now this, I actually can try to get in the wires. All right. I actually can undo that one spot. And I'm going to add some glue. So I undid the wires. Like, I'm going to kind of sneak it in there and then do it all back up again. There we go. Actually, maybe I can. No. No, it's got to go in front. It's got to go in front. Got to go in front. There we go. But I can push that further down in there. I could push that gold right in front because I want to cover that gold stem as well. We don't want to see that gold stem. No. Where's the other part of that loop? You want to see that loop too. Perfect. All right. So this is what we got so far. Okay? So far we got this. I'll go back over this way. Now let's see what else I got. I think the only thing I'm also going to put is some of these. I'm just going to kind of tear these apart and go through and just kind of put these in every here and there. I'm not going to overstuff this too much. Okay, so I got 3 of these on each one. And I'm going to put this more toward like the back, like in the bottom layer here, and kind of between. See, I've got things here, here, and here. So I'm going to put ones 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's kind of between those. And I have some spots where I can open up those tines, and I think I can get these pushed in there This is why I do prefer using the evergreens. If I'm going to shove stuff in there like this, I like stuffing the evergreen wreaths. These are harder in my opinion. I don't like to do that as much with these. The same with the florals. That's why I've been getting away from the wire wreath frames so much. But sometimes you just got to use what you got. So a little bit, cut this down a little bit. And now I'm going to slather the crud out of it with glue. And I'm not going to burn myself. I'm not going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I will not burn myself. I will not burn myself. All right. So that's kind of what that one looks like. And I'm going to go over and do one kind of down here in the bottom, right by this one. Add some more. Let's get some glue, 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 glue. Here we go. Oh, I don't like that. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm pulling out. Yeah, I've heard that before. That's how I ended up with my first kid. All right. I'm changing the placement of it. I wasn't too happy. It just didn't look right. It wasn't coming out of the center of the bunch. And I want it to be in the center. Okay, I'm going to add some more glue now just so I can make sure that that's held in there with the mesh. It's not going to go anywhere. I'll put some glue on the bottom. There we go. So we add a gold. That. I'll put another one in here. And then I'll just need one more. And then I think we're going to call it quits after that because I don't want to overdo it. That's the thing. I don't want to overdo this. Lots of glue that I just dripped on my mat. So I should always be working over a protective surface. Don't work directly on your table. You'll ruin your table. I have ruined many a table, many a thing because I didn't want to wait and have the right stuff handy. So here we go. Push that in there a little bit more. I'm just pushing it over the top of like the bunch of where it's at. Like the bunch of the ribbons that are already there. I just need one more. And I will go with the gold one from the top. Come on. There we go. Whew. This is like a physical workout. I am counting this as a workout for the day, so yeah. Counts as my exercise. And I like to, like to get it in there, and then I put a little extra dab on there to make sure that some like the mesh that's over the top of it kind of grabs a hold of it. But all right, and I'm going to fluff out some of the stuff on the bottom here that I've messed up along the way, just to make sure it looks nice and pretty before I show you guys the final look. Go. Couple little trims. Give it a little haircut here, you know. Take care of the strays. Make sure that's looking good. All right, that looks pretty. That's coming over this way. Maybe we can pull this one over. Oh, that would look lovely. All right. Yeah, I like that. And the rest of this, and this kind of come through that way. Perfect. I want to make sure that I don't have ribbons buried too much underneath the signs. Here we go. Okay, fix these up a little bit. Perfect, coming around. Okay. Oh, yeah, I want to do that a little bit. I want to make sure it's not covering the wording. And the bow comes up a little bit. Okay. And here we go, guys. Here is our finished Mardi Gras wreath. This is big. So this is how thick it is. I would say it is probably closing in on 10 inches thick if you go from the front of the bow to the back. You could always make it thinner if you needed to. This is the back side. All right. And again, so here we go. I'm going to have this listed on my Etsy site later today. So this will be available for sale at sweetradecor.com. You can also follow along here to see what else I make. I like to show people how to make stuff, but I also, know that people like to just buy things ready-made for their home. So this would be perfect for somebody's Mardi Gras front door. And if someone can tell me when Fat Tuesday is, please let me know. Because like I said, I really want to participate. I mean, I'm perfect for it. All right. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe with those icy roads, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on social media, and you can also shop my store at sweetradecor.com.